Since March this year, a project called Green Space Dark Skies has been organising a series of mass gatherings across the whole of the UK, inviting strangers and friends to celebrate the countryside and help create large-scale outdoor artworks on some of our most beautiful landscapes. It's been a massive undertaking. Thousands of people have been involved, acting as luminators, moving across the countryside at dusk, carrying specially designed geo-lights that connect them to each other and the landscape around them. Incorporating performance, music, poetry, geology, technology and art, short films have captured the beauty of each event. Various sites all over Wales have played host to events so far, and as the project builds to a finale across the UK's 4 highest mountain peaks, Green Space Dark Skies has come to Mynydd Parys. Mynydd Parys by Amlwch in northeast Anglesey was once the largest copper mine in the world, and today volunteers will walk its trails and create a piece of art on this landscape. I've come to find out how this project came to this point.
Green Space Dark Skies is all about land, our relationship to it, our responsibility to it and our rights to it.
It's a way for people to experience the outdoor spaces that we need to keep in good stead and use some new technology to show them in a different, exciting new way.
As a participant, you come and you create this amazing mass participation artwork made of light within the landscape.
This has never been done before. Technology in these lights is the first of its kind, and it's been coined the holy grail of the lighting industry.
I grew up in Carnarvon, just over the hill on the mainland over there, and although I love the area, I've actually never been to Mynydd Parys before, despite being able to see it from my childhood bedroom growing up on a clear day. And that's what Green Space Dark Skies is all about, getting people out into the environment and experiencing their landscape in a brand new, unique way, and ultimately working to protect it. I'm with Liz, the creative director behind tonight's event. Liz, have you ever experienced somewhere in nature at dusk that really pushed you to want to do this event?
It was this place here at Mynydd Parys. Coming here one evening and seeing this made me think that other people have got to experience this.
So Liz, am I right in saying you actually have a very small window to do everything tonight? Is there a magic hour?
It's that moment between sunset and total darkness, and that's when we're filming. So it's really important that the action begins in daylight and ends before it gets dark, because we want to capture the relationship between people and place. We want to capture the beauty of the landscape and then the journey of the participants through it.
The geology and history of this place goes back to Neolithic mining. In fact, until recently, it was still a working mine. Visitors have now started to explore the landscape and learn about its history. Cynthia, how exciting is this particular landscape geologically?
Oh, it's fantastic. Over 400 million years ago, the Earth was splitting. And as it split, molten material came up onto the seabed and precipitate out sulfides. So sulfur, copper, sulfide, lead, iron, and that doesn't happen very often. So it has to be under seawater, it has to be on the seabed, and the earth plates have to be splitting apart. Now, that makes this area unique. And so everybody, everywhere, recognises Wales as special geologically. And add on to this the story of Parys Mountain, and you've got a unique story that UNESCO wants to tell the world. And that's what makes Parys Mountain so special. Copper is one of the very few elements that can occur in its natural state, along with gold, silver, and I just happen to have a piece here. Here we've got a piece of native copper. It's quite heavy if you want to feel it.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's only
Deceptive.
tiny, but it is heavy, isn't it?
And you just plucked this from the ground here today?
Yes, yes. And in fact, if we look around, we can see all the different colours here. And this is one of the Ordovician shales, and it's one of the very few rocks that you can actually break with your own hands. You can't do that with most rocks. Well, hold it. It's probably one of the oldest things you've ever held.
Incomprehensible. It's amazing. Let's give it a go. Hang on. Oh, genuinely, you've got some guns on you, Cynthia. This is ridiculous. Green Space Dark Skies is part of Unboxed, a nationwide celebration of creativity, with different projects popping up all over the UK throughout the summer. The journey for the team of Green Space Dark Skies started around 6 months ago with a test event here in Wales at a hill fort on the coast of Dinas Dinlle, before heading over to the Gower and the Brecon beacons along the way. The test event was an opportunity for the team to experiment with the technology behind the lights, see what effects could be created at dusk, and trial the earpieces that each luminator uses to guide them on their journey. The lessons learned at Dinas Dinlle then influenced all the events that took place over the summer.
When we started this project, we had a plan which was to invite people into amazing, beautiful landscapes at night with lights. And then we did a test event, and that was the moment when we realised the scale of the challenge.
Today is the last event in Wales before the finale on Ben Nevis, Scarfell Pike, Slieve Donard, and Wales's highest peak, Snowdon, yr Wyddfa, with the film being showcased on BBC One's Country File. Like the many volunteers before me, today I will become a luminator, and I can't wait. Now, Liz, poetry and music was a key part in the first event over in the Gower. Why were you so keen to go to Three Cliffs Bay?
Part of the project is about marking the journeys and pathways of people, not only those who live in Wales, but those who have arrived in Wales from all over the globe. Where we had Eric Charles Ngal, who is a poet from Cameroon who now lives in South Wales. And so he made the poem that accompanied the journey of people across the sand, all ages, all colours, all backgrounds. It was a really amazing experience to bring all those people together, and I think it's made for a wonderful film.
Lovely, let's take a look at it and see how it all came together.
Crossing the Gower on a Friday morning. A narrow path and early morning sunshine, ancestors returning to their domes, birds quarreling, swinging on branches, a passageway to lands and kindness.
From mountains and seas to the coastal path that means we can walk the entire length of our coast. The Gower is the first place in the whole of Britain that was given the AONB status, an area of outstanding natural beauty. This land here is beautiful,
peaceful sometimes. There's tons and tons of hills. A bit too much rain. Daffodils in like March time. I wouldn't say rural. There's lots of grass and lots of sand. Pretty. Calm.
windy, wild.
It's very, very beautiful place with amazing view. From Central Africa, so I meet a lot of people who come from different backgrounds. So I'm feel very, very, very happy, so glad to walk around this land.
This land belongs to everyone who plays here and works here and lives here, and who visits it.
Un, dau, tri, left, right, right, left. Raise your lights to the sky and hold. Sway down left, right, left, centre. Reach your lights out to the sea, then circle to centre.
Having seen the kind of effects that can be created, I'm meeting with some of the luminators at today's event as they arrive on site at Mynydd Parys.
Honestly, I've got no idea what to expect. It'll be something, I've never really seen before, To be actually immersed in it will be amazing.
It's really important for people to visit all these areas, to be able to learn about what went on, what brought us to where we are. So I just think it's going to be just a really exciting, happy atmosphere.
And I know the benefits of getting people outside. I believe that we should all be doing something that is kind of good for us. For me, this is my natural meditation.
I'm so pleased that something's been put on like this to enable us to get out and really take advantage of the amazing countryside and things we've got. It'll be really exciting to sort of see it afterwards and see what it actually looked like.
So tonight's not just about the landscape and the lights that we're going to find out more about, but it's about music and art and culture. What was the creative behind this project?
In each place, we've invited local artists to respond to the landscape and tell the story of this place. Tonight is a bilingual experience. Here in North Wales, the language is ever present, and so the soundtrack that people will hear will be sometimes in English, sometimes in Welsh.
And it sounds like a real immersive experience that you're trying to give people tonight.
We want people to really connect with the landscape, and I think many of us don't get the chance to be outside in a place like this at night. So I hope it's a really magical thing.
A rare privilege. Ed Holden, aka beatboxing champion Mr Phormula, is just one of the performers here today as part of the group Barf. Am I right in saying you have a pretty personal connection with this mine specifically, not just Amlwch?
Well, yeah, so my family were all based around Amlwch, and obviously the history here is amazing. My uncle was one of the miners, and he got a box of Parys Mountain copper coins the day he left the job.
You're a keen collaborator. You're doing that tonight too, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So tonight it's a project called Barth. So it's myself, Martin Dawes, Henry Horrell, and then we're also joined by Bethan tonight, who's an incredible female vocalist. So yeah, we're doing all of that live on the side of Parys Mountain, which is awesome. I'd never have thought when I was a kid walking around here that I'd be doing that tonight with crazy lights happening, and it's bizarre, it's amazing.
How important is it, do you think, for people to connect with their local landscape?
The music I do is very urban. I live in the most opposite place in the world, you know what I mean? I live near Porthmadog and the Snowdonia National Park, so it's just all mountains and greenery. And for me, like, being able to go out into that is refreshing, and it helps me flourish as an individual, to be honest. And having nature there has been a big part of that for me. It's very important towards just improving your mental health, and get outside, get some fresh air, and just enjoy what's around us.
I'm here with Annabelle, one of the electrical engineers designing these amazing machines and contraptions that are going to be responsible for such an incredible night. Annabelle, what exactly is this?
This is a geolight, and this is something that we've developed for Green Space Dark Skies. We've coined it a geolight because it finds its location using satellites in the sky, sends this back to a central server that we've got in show control, and then depending on its location, we can send it different colours so that we can make different patterns within the landscape.
Now, how is it going to play into what's going to be happening this evening?
So tonight we've got a number of people coming to join us here at Parys Mountain. And each lumenator, as we're coining them, is going to be given one of these handheld lights. And the way I think about it is they become like one pixel within a bigger display of art. It's been a lot of hard work. Obviously, this is something that's never been done before. So yeah, it's been great, coming to the events, seeing people really enjoying themselves, kind of connecting with nature, going on these journeys and holding something that I've helped to develop. Yeah, it's been really great.
Obviously, we're here at Mynydd Parys, a copper mine. How important is copper with electricity?
Copper is a very important material in electricity and electrical engineering. It's used in printed circuit boards, which is something that's in basically every single digital device that we use now. There's a printed circuit board in one of the geo-lights as well. So yeah, it's everywhere and it's a really important material.
So copper is in this, which people are going to walk around in, as well as being in the environment as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. Back in July, the team visited Craig-Y-Nos, a 40-acre country park spread along the banks of the River Tower in the upper Swansea Valley. The park forms part of the historic grounds of the Victorian Craig-Y-Nos Castle, formerly owned by internationally famous opera singer Adelina Patti. The 19th century singer earned huge fees at the height of her career and remains one of the most famous sopranos in history.
Because Adelina Patti lived at Craig-Y-Nos Castle, and in the fact that she was such an inspirational singer of her time, it just very much felt like it should be an embodiment of Mother Nature, and all of the very strong female figures within Welsh culture and mythology of the Mabinogion and Blodeuwedd, and take that moment within the landscape.
The event celebrated hiraeth and ancestry and was an evening of immersive sound, song and light. Here's a look at that film and how it came together.
And cysylltu yn ddwfn I calon y fel. My rocky legs connect deeply to the heart of mother. Yn ymestyn, ymhell ar draws i'r foroedd, far, far I reach across to the ocean, ymhell.
Mount Hill. Turn in a circle with me. Turn. Cross each other. See each other. Gwyliwch eich gilydd. A croeso.
I call on every power that is against the connection between people and land. I gad gafael to end now.
As dusk falls, the other luminators and I are gathering before we're instructed on where to go with our lights. The magic time for filming lasts about an hour, so the team and volunteers have a small window in which to really capture the effect of the lights on the landscape in all their glory. Truly beautiful. As the sun's starting to set, and the colours are really just brought out to the landscape, it's absolutely beautiful. And slowly but surely now we have Mr Phormula. The drones are flying ahead, and it really is a spectacular moment. Lots of smiles here. You can see loads of flares now just lighting up at the horizon, and down there, right in the middle of the mine, we have John, one of the organisers, who's really got it going with one really bright flare, just lighting up the entire mine. So how have you found today? Have you enjoyed it?
Yes, it's been fun. Having this many people here tells you that people care about this.
O, mae o'n wahanol, yndi, rili gwahanol. Ac yn byw yn lleol hefyd, mae o'n... Yn dda mor yma, lle da ni'n dod â hi am dro, mae'n edrych yn hollol wahanol. Mae'n edrych yn amazing. We weren't quite sure what to expect, but it's been lovely.
It's nice to see everyone getting together for a common cause as well, isn't it? You know.
The end result is the making of the films, of course, but a big part of it is also the experience for everyone that attends. And being an actual luminator has definitely made me appreciate this place more. A place that I've known for so long, but never visited before. I'm coming to the end of my Luminator experience, but there's more when the Four Peaks finale film and how it all came together is shown on Countryfile at the end of October. This event here today tells the story not only of the landscape, but the mining industry of the area too, and the journey the copper took by boat from the harbour at Amlwch out into the rest of the world. And as I continue my descent of Mynydd Parys, here's the film, which I can't wait to see.
conducting energy. Wrap around the world's electricity, the element connecting the circuitry. Copper load of this, copper load of that. Copper top, soul shock, rocking your track. Wiring the network, taking you back from capillary to artery to earth blood extract. Superconductor of energy load, channeling the passage of the binary code. Land me locally, expanding globally. Legacy left of the earth worth openly took from the base core, out from the copper ore, ground down whole of the mother earth ore. Money, money takes copper rocks, break looking for copper in the kitchen, copper pan cooking, copper in the answer, copper in the asking. Copper price worth it before they start blasting. World of plenty, took from the who. Same old story of the many and the few. Metallic rainbow, dissipating day glow. Aquarel with radio, only they know. Yn y twllwch o wyrgylch dy chynllid when time disappears and the robots in muglit. Ysbryd elfennol, fyw yn y mynydd, rugged, looking for the nuggets, flooded, shoveled away by your horses and buckets, puppets struggling, copper uncovered, smothered by sulfur, igneous rocks, seems reveal clues in the platforms and drops, custodion copper, ymestyn dan deiad, agoriad naturiol, angor ein gweithiau, bywyd down peridol, workers expendable, spending all day in the rainbow color chemical. They tell tales of the story beneath, reveal, repeat, and the copper depletes. I see you, you see me, copper conducting energy. Wrap around the world's electricity, the element connecting the circuitry. I see you, you see me, copper conducting energy. Wrap around the world's electricity, the element connecting the circuitry.